What's up, everybody? So I was reading Matthew 14, and I want to talk about one verse that really got me thinking. And it's Matthew 14:31, and it says, immediately Jesus reached out his hand, talking about Peter, and caught him. You of little faith, he said, why do you doubt? And so I asked myself, why is it that we doubt God's goodness? Why is it that we doubt God at all? If we've seen him move in the past, if we've seen him work in the past, why do we do it? I mean, we can see all these amazing things that he can do, yet still there's this part of us that questions and doubts if he can do it again. We see it in other people. We believe that God's good. We believe that he's God. We believe that he can do all of these things. We believe that he's faithful and that he's just, but in other people's lives, not our own. And to be honest, not my own. How is it that I'm so broken that I can believe that he can work in everyone else's life around me, but not my own life? I mean, he can part the Red Sea and he can lead those around me through the desert into their promised land, but in my life, I'm too dirty and I'm too messed up for him to touch. We see this in Mark. There's this father that comes to Jesus to save his boy from a spirit, and the father's distraught and he needs help from Christ. He says that this evil spirit has thrown his son into the fire and into the water in order to try and kill him. And almost pleading to Jesus, he says, if you can do anything, take pity on us and help us. Jesus looks at him, if you can, and I almost hear this tone as I read it, do you not know who I am? Yet Jesus says everything is possible for one who believes. And this man says something that I think many of us say at times, I believe, help me overcome my unbelief. How can you believe but have unbelief? And for years, I've questioned this and I've thought, what could this mean? But by looking at context, this is what we just looked at, I think. This man believes. That's why he's coming to Jesus in the first place. He believes that Jesus is who he says he is. He believes that Jesus can heal the sick, he can heal the broken, he can heal the lame, that he can free the captives from their sins, but in the lives of everyone else, not his. I believe that you're good in everyone else's life. I believe that you're able to do amazing things in the lives of others, but not in mine. I know who you are, Jesus, but do you know who I am? What good could come to me? I do believe, but not for me. One place says this, that most Christians can identify with this man from time to time. It's the acknowledgement of our inadequacy that allows God to work in our lives. This is true at the point of salvation. Salvation comes to inadequate sinners who realize their need and ask for forgiveness. It's impossible for righteous people to be saved. And in the same way, Christians know what the Bible says, and we do trust God to take care of and direct our lives, but sometimes we are faced with something that seems to overpower our faith. We don't seem to have enough faith to follow him in that moment, so we ask for more faith. We acknowledge that even our faith comes from God. It's his work in our lives that enable us to believe and obey. And so, I don't know who needs to hear this. I know I do a lot of times, but not only can God work in the lives of those around you, but he can work in your life as well. He loves you and he wants you to know that he will never leave you, and that what he did for you, for what he did for one, he can do for all, he can do for you. He's God for all, not just for a couple. And so I say, be encouraged. God's working even if you can't see it. I love you guys, and God bless.